Welcome to the 2019 F1 Grand Prix, Austrian Grand Prix qualifying. And it is nice, it is refreshing to see someone else on pole apart from Mercedes. I don't care if it's Red Bull, don't care if it's even Williams, and I don't really care if it's Lando Norris. I would love to see Lando Norris actually. He done well today in qualifying, by the way. But it's nice to see someone else apart from Ferrari. 1 and 2, boring. 1 and 2. Every Grand Prix we've gone to this year, all you're getting is Mercedes 1 and 2. But Charles Leclerc, pole position for the 2019 F1 Austrian Grand Prix qualifying. This guy deserved it. This guy has had a season from good to bad. He came into Bahrain. He was the fastest car in Bahrain. And right at the end, his engine failed. And Lewis Hamilton picked him to first place, which was harsh. I'm a Mercedes fan, as you know. But as you know, if you watch me on my channel, I am fair. If someone's going to do something wrong, I don't care if it's Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, I'll come out and say, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if I like him or not, I'm still going to come out and criticise him. But Charles Leclerc, P1, congratulations to Charles Leclerc. Absolutely amazing. Lewis Hamilton coming in 2, second place. I never thought that Lewis Hamilton was going to get second place today. In practice, in Q1 and Q2, he was looking dodgy. I never thought Lewis Hamilton was even going to get P2. But he got P2, and for where he came from today, the way his car was struggling, especially in the middle sector, and coming just behind Charles Leclerc, starting on the front row grid tomorrow, absolutely amazing. But, as you know, I do qualifying review. I don't really do practice, but I'm going to talk about just a little bit of practice today. Practice 1, Hülkenberg, tyres ripped clean off. The majority of the drivers, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, Hülkenberg, Max Verstappen, were struggling in that middle sector. Nico Hülkenberg ripped his tyres to shreds, and there was a red flag. Session stopped. Turn 10, Max Verstappen in practice 2 spins off in the middle sector and breaks all his back wing up. Session stopped again. And then in turn 6, Bottas spins off, hits a barrier, and his head just bobbed like a bobblehead. That's all you can see, his head doing that. I really thought there was something wrong with Bottas. The medical team came, took him off, said he was okay. But even after, when Bottas was doing his interviews with the Sky News, he looked like he weren't in it. He looked like he was on another planet. And again, straight after that, in turn 10, Vettel spun off, nearly just missed the side, and turn 6 again, Carlos Sainz spins off again. So basically, most of the drivers were struggling for grip in turn 10, turn 9 and turn 6. That's enough for the practice. Now on to qualifying. So we got Q1. Nico was doing a flying lap. And Fiat was doing a flying lap as well. But for some reason, Fiat got caught up in the traffic. There was a lot of traffic. He got caught up with Perez, but especially Russell. He was on a flying lap, but just as he hit the last sector, Daniel Fiat ran into George Russell. There was no collide. The cars never hit each other. But because Daniel Fiat was on his fast lap, he had to quickly turn over onto the last sector, over the side, past the lines. All 4 wheels was off the track. And there's an investigation going on. For me, I don't think Daniel Fiat should get any point for that. Where was he supposed to go? Okay? You're in the last sector. The track's small anyway. It was one of my favourite tracks of the season, but I'm just saying. The track was small anyway. He was coming to the last sector, Daniel Fiat, and he spun off. Because if he wouldn't have spun off to the side, he would have went right into the back of George Russell, and then there would have been problems. So for me, Daniel Fiat done the only thing he could do was spin off, turn to the side, all four wheels off the track, and now the stewards are looking at it. For me, the stewards shouldn't even look at this situation. Not at all. It's not like if there was in qualifying or if there was in a race and he was chasing him and then he took his four wheels off the track and then passed him. I understand then. But this is qualifying. He's on a fast lap. And that last sector is small. It can barely fit two cars in the last sector. And he was on his last sector. Russell was on his warm-up lap. And there was about 3 or 4 cars there. But Russell was the one in front of him. So the only thing he could do is spin off, take his car off to the side, and that compromised his lap. And he was out of Q3. And he was out of Q1. And now the stewards investigating. And in my opinion, I don't think that deserves anything. Not at all. And it's the stewards penalised Daniel Fiat. I don't know what's going on there. They're going too far there. They're going too far. Now, at the end of Q1, you had Perez, Stroll, Kubica, Russell, all out. Usual names. Stroll again, not getting out of Q3. Not getting out of Q1. I'm telling you now, if Stroll's dad didn't have all that money, he would not be racing in F1. I don't care if people come out and say, oh, he's talented. I don't give a shit if he's talented. That guy's there because of his dad. This is the reason why Ocon is not driving right now. Because the dad's got the money, and billionaire businessman, brought his way into Racing Point, formerly known as Force India. And that is compromised someone else's place. To me, was Ocon. And I've gone with Stroll because his daddy is the billionaire. But it doesn't matter how much money you got. Your dad could be a multi-billionaire. But Stroll is on there. He's got the facilities. He's got the car. But he's still not performing. He still can't qualify out of the first qualifying Q1. And for me, he'll be there next season. Because the reason why he'll be there next season, because his dad's got the money. And that's got to change in F1. The guys with the talent and with the speed should get the places at F1. Not the guy who's got the money, the dad's got all the money. It shouldn't work that way. If you're talented, that should get you through. So, into Q2. Same old, nothing big happening. The only thing that stood out for me in Q2 was Vettel. Now, everybody knows in Q2 you get the usual names. You get Ferrari, you get Mercedes, you get Red Bull. Now you get McLaren. McLaren's progressing through. Happy for Lando Norris. So happy for Lando Norris. This guy, he loves sim racing. On Thursdays, there was reported in the McLaren paddock. You had Lando Norris. Everybody knows he loves sim racing. And then you had his teammate, Carlos Sainz. They was testing out the new F1 game 2019 just released. And they was testing it on a wheel. They set it up, a PlayStation setup. They had the wheel, they had the pedals, they had everything, yeah? They started playing it at 8 o'clock in the morning. Come 5 o'clock in the evening, they were still on it. Hardcore sim racing. He comes out, Lando Norris, brilliantly. Nailing every sector. He's through to Q3, no problem. Now, 3-4 weeks ago, McLaren was nowhere. Nowhere to be seen. Now, since France, the track that nobody gave him a chance of even finishing the race. Because at one point, McLaren was having problems finishing races. Now, they're getting into Q3. They're finishing 6th in the points. Things are looking up for McLaren. But the one big thing what stood out for me in Q2 was, where was Vettel? Where was he? I was thinking, where's Vettel? Has he gone home? What's going on? Why is he not on the track? Why is he not racing? Is he in the back taking a shit? Having a drink of Coke? Taking a swig of Red Bull? Or a swig of coffee? What's going on? Plucking his courage up to come out on the track. Where is he? No Vettel. All of a sudden, I see the FIA in his garage checking his car. So I said, here we go. They're checking the car. The FIA only usually do that if they've put an extra part on there or there's something wrong with the car. It's not safe to come out. So all of a sudden now, Q2 is going normal. Charles Leclerc hitting the lap, getting the fastest lap every time, 1 and 2. You got second for Verstappen, unbelievable. Absolutely. Now, Verstappen, I've never ever saw a following in an F1 track since, like the Ayrton Senna Brazil. It was like Ayrton Senna in Brazil, Michael Schumacher in Germany, and Damon Hill, whatever, in Britain. It was unbelievable. The following that he's got, even in Austria. Imagine when they go to Holland next year, when they go to the Dutch Grand Prix. That Dutch Grand Prix is going to be full of orange. You're not going to see no British flags. You're not going to see no German flags. Well, you never see German flags anyway. You're not going to see no French flags. You're not going to see all you're going to see is pure orange. That's all you're going to see. Orange. This guy, he's got a massive following. Max Verstappen. He's definitely the future of F1, along with Charles Leclerc, maybe, and Ocon as well, if he can get a drive next season. But it was absolutely amazing. It was like being at a football match. You never see this stuff. You never see this stuff in F1. The atmosphere for one single driver. Like I said, you had Michael Schumacher in Germany, Ayrton Senna in Brazil. It was that kind of atmosphere. This is a following he's got. And the thing about it, he's not just big in Holland. He's big everywhere. We're in Austria, and he's getting a big following like this in Austria. Imagine when like I said, it's going to be when it's going to be in Holland next year. It's going to be amazing atmosphere. Eventually, I'm going to go to one of them tracks just to witness the atmosphere that Max Verstappen's going to get. It's unbelievable. See, Lewis Hamilton, even though he's a great driver, one of the greatest drivers of all time, he's a very divisive character. He never gets that cheers. He never gets the cheers like Max Verstappen does in Austria, or Schumacher got in Germany, or Ayrton Senna got in Brazil. You know, he's never got that. So let's move on. Vettel doesn't come out. So all of a sudden, something wrong with his car. He's got engine leak. Something's wrong with his car. He's got engine leak, brake leak, whatever it is. He's not coming out, so he's out of Q2. He doesn't even make it into Q3. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, Q3. Hamilton coming out, starts backing up the people behind him. He comes out first, starts backing up the crowd behind him. He wants to get a good lap. He wants to try and compromise somebody. He compromised his teammate. That's what he did. Hamilton. He compromised his teammate, Valtteri Bottas, because he only ended up getting fourth. He compromised his teammate. He didn't compromise Charles Leclerc though. Charles Leclerc come out a flyer. Hamilton come out. I thought Hamilton was going to get fifth place. Fourth or fifth. I never thought he was going to get pole. Never. And I never thought he was going to get P2. Sorry. Comes out flying. Charles Leclerc. Hamilton gets P2. I thought maybe Verstappen's going to take Hamilton. Maybe Hamilton's going to start dropping down now. He holds the P2. Charles Leclerc gets P1. Max Verstappen gets P3. And Valtteri Bottas got P4. Now, Valtteri Bottas, I'm very, very surprised at Valtteri Bottas. Bottas has got pole twice here in a row. Last year and the year before. No pole today. Maybe it was that crash he had yesterday. He had a bad crash yesterday in practice too. Maybe it's that bad crash what cost him. Maybe he upset him for the weekend. Because when you have a bad crash like that, you're never the same. He didn't get his quali laps in. He didn't get his simulation laps in. He never got nothing in. He smashed his car, and that was him done till today. So that maybe upset him a little bit. 125 miles per hour. He was going around that bend. 125 miles per hour. He's going around that bend in practice too. 125 miles per hour, and then he just boom hit that barrier. Went across the not run off area where the stones are, and he hit that barrier head on. But he's all right. Come out today. He weren't the same Bottas for me. and he got P4. So let's go on to the standings. Let's have a look what we got here. How did it finish? We had P1 Charles Leclerc, P2 Lewis Hamilton, P3 Max Verstappen, 4 Valtteri Bottas, 5 Kevin Magnussen, 6 hold on, let's have a look. 6 Lando Norris, 7th Kimi Raikkonen, 8th Antonio Giovinazzi, 9th Pierre Gasly, 10th Sebastian Vettel, 11th Romain Grosjean, 12th Nico Hülkenberg, 13th Alexander Albon, 14th Daniel Ricciardo. What happened to Daniel Ricciardo today? I had high hopes for Daniel Ricciardo today. High hopes. What happened? 14th. Jesus. 15th Carlos Sainz, 16th Sergio Perez, 17th Lance Stroll, 18th Daniel Fiat, 19th George Russell, 20th Robert Kubica. As you're watching this review today, if it seems like I'm going through it fast, it's the fact that I'm sweating buckets here. I'm in my office, it's like a greenhouse. I've got a little fan over in the corner. I've got a light beaming at my head, and I'm sweating buckets. I got my sunglasses on like I usually do anyway. But I want to get this review out the way. This heat is so hard. It's so hot. And I got hay fever as well. Sorry about if the video is a bit of a quick one, but I'm sorry. So let's have a look and see if we've got any interviews. I can't show you no video copyright reasons. I'll get flagged. Probably get my channel shut down. So I can play some interviews. Oh, here we go. We've got Lando Norris. This is practice. Hold on, let's have a look. That's from yesterday. We've got Sebastian Vettel. See what he's saying. Give it a play.
Time for a car with sat-nav, but don't want to overpay. Search Car Gurus for a great deal on a car with satellite navigation. Find a great deal on your next used car today at cargurus.co.uk.
You guys have had a bit of a straight line advantage all season. It's a weekend most people were expecting to come to you. Crucially though, how's the balance in the corners?
Not bad. I think we can still improve the car. We tried a bit of stuff in the afternoon. Maybe it was a bit better in the morning. So fairly normal, I would say. In terms of track layout, it's probably true. Maybe it helps us a bit, but still a tricky track. Very difficult to make much of a difference. It's very short, so yeah, crucial to have a good feel in the car, and that's what we need to work on and nail tomorrow.
Okay, we have to go. He has to go.
So that was like the interviews before the qualifying. There's no interviews yet at the moment because obviously qualifying just finished. So I'm trying to see what comes up. But anyway, I'm going to go back to Max Verstappen. He's like Nigel Mansell of but for Holland. He's got that big following. He has. He's going to be like, in the old days, in the 90s, way before my time. But in the 90s, they had, and the early 2000s, they had Schumacher. Everybody wanted to watch F1 because of Schumacher. Because he was that kind of name. He was like the Hulk Hogan of wrestling, the Rock of wrestling, Stone Cold of wrestling. The 90s, you had Ayrton Senna. He was like the man. Everybody wanted to watch F1 because he was there. He was like that big name. And then it kind of dipped a bit after Schumacher, didn't it? Kind of dipped. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. But like I said, Lewis Hamilton he's always been a divisive figure in F1. Not everybody liked him. Some people hate him, some people like him. I actually like him. Before, when he was young, I didn't really like him. Then he grew on me. I think he's a great driver. He's got a good attitude. A lot of people just don't like him. That's the way it is. And then it kind of, like I said, it dipped during that era. But now you have Max Verstappen. Even if you're not Dutch, if you're English, you're American, Italian, everybody loves Max Verstappen. He's that kind of guy. He's the guy who's going to bring back the fans that they had in the day, like the Ayrton Sennas, when you had the Schumachers, you had your Hunts, your Nigel Mansells in for Britain for British Formula One driving. he's that guy who's going to bring everybody back to watch it again. Because F1 is not as popular as it was back in the day. Because a lot of people say, oh yeah, whatever. It's the cars are easier now. They've got DRS. They've got traction control. They've got assist brakes, assist steering, which is true, and I agree. I totally agree. I think go back the way it was in the old days. Gear stick, no DRS. Get rid of the DRS. You just do the tow, the natural tow. Get the tow off a car, and let the cars go back to equal. Make the spending equal. You got Ferrari and you got Mercedes. Their budget is absolutely huge, and Red Bull as well. And then you look at the Williams and you look at the other manufacturers. Yeah, they haven't got much to spend. It shouldn't be like that. It should be an equal playing field. Let's have all the cars equal. Yeah, and then we'll see who the best driver is then. Go back to gear sticking. Even Hamilton said that a few weeks ago. Go back to the gear stick, no traction, DRS. Get rid of the DRS. Get rid of all that. Let's go back to the way it was before. Let's have a look to see if there's any more videos on there. Any new videos, recent interviews. Any new ones? Qualifying for DRS. No, nothing new at the moment. So that's it then. That's the end of the review. Tomorrow I'll be back for the Austrian Grand Prix race day review. Oh yeah, there is a penalty might be coming towards Hamilton's way. Something happened in Q2 where he was just on an out lap, Hamilton. Raikkonen was behind him starting his lap, and then Hamilton went off the side and let Raikkonen through, but they're saying that it compromised Hamilton and it compromised Kimi's lap because it was like Hamilton was there, but for me I don't think he did because Hamilton was in front of him and Hamilton went off, but when Hamilton went off it kind of compromised Kimi's turn. So they're looking into that, the stewards. I don't think there should be anything coming towards Hamilton's way. If it does, I'll be surprised. A lot of the commentators are saying, apart from Paul de Reste, I reckon he should get a penalty, obviously. Because you want your homeboy to win, don't you? You want Max Verstappen to win. And you want Charles Leclerc to win. That's the Sky commentators. Everybody knows the bias. Like I said, the only one who's got respect for is Martin Brundle, Damon Hill sometimes, and I like Ted as well. The rest are just all Ferrari fans, which is nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna like Ferrari, you can't just be biased. You gotta be even. 'Cause that's the whole point of being a commentator. You gotta be even, not just sway to one side. But that's the way it is. That's Sky for you. So this is Solo Pin Watch signing out the 2019 F1 Austrian Grand Prix qualifying review. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There's my Twitter on the side and my Twitch and my Instagram. See you later, guys. I am sweating buckets. I need to go and jump in the bath, cold bath. See you later, guys. Signing out. Bye.